Hello and welcome back to the Fine Whining podcast. Today I'm with our very special guest, John Jamingo from Rubberneckers and Boomer Bunker, and my two usuals, Michael and Davon.
Hey.
Hi. You forgot a Brand X podcast.
First, I apologize. Brand X podcast.
Yeah, with very special guy Deuce.
I just know him more from Rubberneckers. That's how I met my beautiful friend here, Devin.
I was going to say, you said Devon. I was like, who the hell's Devon?
They just ignore it.
Weird.
That's one of his personalities, but let's continue from that.
Hey, John, how you been? How's your week been, if you will?
Well, I guess can I do my whine now?
Oh, yeah,
yeah, sure. Let's get straight into it.
Yeah.
So, have you ever quit a podcast, then made a podcast, and then had to talk to somebody and then made up? So now you have a podcast that's all made up and you don't have anything to do with it right now. Well, that's what happened to me this week with the Boomer Bunker, because I quit today.
Oh, what?
Podcast.
What?
Oh yeah. I was done. I'd had it. I had enough. You know,
was it Bob's Audio?
I am John Jamingo, the best kept secret in podcasting. I like things. Daddy likes it tight. So there are some times when I try to improve the show and Bob sticks his fucking heels in the dirt and drags behind. He's like an anchor. And
he's like a toddler.
He did this to me this weekend and I was like, that's it. I'm done. I've had enough. But moments before I started this show, we talked, we kissed, we hugged, we rubbed mushrooms, and now everything's all honky-dory. So I have a new podcast that I started. And the name of the podcast was Slower, Older, Smarter was the name of the podcast. I think I'm going to still keep it. I think when I do special projects of my own, I'll keep it.
So I assume with a name like that, it was 3 hosts?
No, just me.
Just you?
Well, whatever I want to do. I could bring people on. I could bring guests on. I could have a co-host. I don't know. I haven't really thought of it.
So you're kind of like you're Anthony Cumming it right now. Like you just started your own thing. It's going to start solo?
Yeah. Why not? I've never done a solo podcast before.
I honestly think that you could potentially run a show just by yourself.
I could. I know.
Talk for like an hour and a half.
I need somebody to sit there to talk to. That's the only thing I can't, if I'm down here by myself and there's no one to talk to, it gets weird. I feel weird. I don't have any feedback.
Right.
When Kanye does it, he's got 2 guys sitting in the studio, the 2 producers. He's talking to them.
That's true.
So that's the problem I have. Sure, I could bring Duchess over. She'd do it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, bring her hot ass over there.
But then you have the problem of having a woman on a podcast. You know?
No.
That's not a bad thing, guys. I know you guys.
Well, I mean, it adds a different perspective to things. I mean, a dumb one, sure, but it's a perspective nonetheless.
I've listened to your podcast. You're going to sit there and talk about dumb women? Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, imagine like someone my generation, but a female version of me. It's just like
it's worse.
Incomprehensible.
It's 10 times worse than us.
I get a kick out of you. I love listening to you because I love your takes, and then you'll be saying something, and I'll be like, "That's not how that works. That's not."
Yeah.
That's wrong."
Do you have any examples, John?
Of course not.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's good.
Well, when she says that he's 5'6" or 5'7",
I hate this running gag.
It's not a running gag. It's just fact.
No, it's not. But
just because a black guy said that you were taller than he thought you were doesn't mean anything, Cheese.
Well,
He's not black. He's like Mexican with
it doesn't matter.
A sprinkle brother.
A sprinkle of brother.
I didn't know we followed the 1 drop rule around here, Devin. Please.
Yeah, I know.
That's a Mexican. That's a black man wave his dick over his head. That's a sprinkling black.
Is that all for your week?
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Oh, well, Mike, how was your week?
Well, before I go into my week, I do want to go over something. I heard she sent you like a message that was kind of like inviting you. And it was a bit odd. I heard.
Yeah, let me get into this. So she sent me this message. Dear podcasting top dog, I hope this message finds you well. I am writing to extend a formal invitation to you to appear on the appear as a distinguished guest on our podcast. Quotations, the Fine Whining podcast. Our show is dedicated to exploring the depths of various industries, discussing thought-provoking topics, and engaging in insightful conversations with individuals who have made remarkable contributions in their respective fields.
That sounds like us, yeah.
Oh, there's more.
Oh.
We have been avid followers of your work and achievements in the industry. Your expertise and insight align perfectly with our ethos, or with the ethos of our podcast, which aims to provide our listeners with a nuanced perspective. As a fat yourself, we believe that your presence on our show will greatly enrich our discussions and offer our audience a unique and valuable experience. We are genuinely excited about the prospect of having you as a guest on quotation marks the Fine Whining podcast, and are looking forward to a captivating and enlightening conversation. Warm regards, the Cheese Man.
Oh, wow. Jeez, you wrote that all yourself?
Yeah, I wrote it all by myself.
Are you sure that wasn't AI?
Thank you.
It sounds AI-ish.
No,
But it says fat in there. I don't think an AI would write
No,
that.
he probably just
Yeah,
edited that.
You edited fat in, I'm sure.
no. I
It's
wouldn't do that to a guest.
Oh, can we send that to Tom Myers too?
You want to get Tom Myers on the show?
Oh, dude, it'd be hilarious.
Who's Tom Myers for the people who don't know, by the way?
Oh, Tom Myers is one of the worst comedians ever.
No, he's
somebody
pretty
that
funny.
I have been actively trolling on Twitter until I got blocked.
Let me ask you this. Tom Myers, Ray DeVito. Worst
Ray DeVito's funnier.
You think so?
He doesn't put too many words in his jokes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, I think it is a tough choice because, Ray DeVito is like more retarded than us somehow.
I had this the other day when I was on a call with a bunch of people, and this one woman friend who's there, and she was smoking pot, and they said, "Boy, she's really high." And I wanted to say, yeah, if she was any higher, she'd be a Chinese spy balloon, but she's a little on the larger side, so I was afraid she would take it as a fat joke.
I mean, more reasons. It's a layered joke. That would have been perfect.
So then I said, yeah, if she was any higher, she'd be a satellite with like a dish under. And I was like, you know what? You ruined the joke. You should have just went with Chinese spy balloon. Everybody would have got the joke. The joke would have been funnier. Yeah, sometimes you can put too many words in a joke is what I'm trying to tell you. Like
That's easily how you fuck a joke up.
What they say? Too many chefs ruin the soup or whatever the fuck.
And too many cooks.
Yeah, whatever.
Cooks.
Yeah.
Soup. Really.
Yeah, my week. You know what? I talked about this on the other show, Club 197. If you're coming from that show and you're listening, I'm going to retell the story. You know what, guys? I think I found out I love my girlfriend. You know, that sounds insane to a lot of people. I know. But it came to me because I was hanging out with my brother who he has like a Mustang, and this guy is an idiot. He thinks he's Fast and the Furious. He's just speed racers. This guy is an idiot. He's the guy who likes to tailgate people and likes to brake check people and ride up people's asses and darts yellow lights. He just drives like an absolute idiot maniac.
Your brother.
So
this is your brother.
Yes, my brother.
Okay.
He was dropped on his head as a child, and I think that's what they say. He's not retarded. He's illegally retarded. It's not confirmed, but I know it's there.
So I know so much about your brother, but I know nothing about your girlfriend that you're about ready to tell your undying love for.
Yes. So normally I'm always in the car with him, and he just drives like an idiot, and I don't care, man. It's like, well, he's gonna kill us. I literally always think that every time. He's like, he's gonna kill me every time I get in the car with him. But so we went to go hang out with my brother and my girlfriend. She was in the car with him for I think it was like the second time she's ever been with him, and he's just driving like a complete idiot. And I was thinking in my head, oh man, I keep telling him like, hey man, slow down. You're going too fast. Because I was worried for her. I was worried for her safety. I was like, oh.
This is how you figured out that you love your girlfriend?
Yeah, because if I was like in a car with any of you fuckers and he was driving like that, I was like, yo, man, just dart that red light. Who gives a shit, man?
Here, I thought she just put his pee-pee in her mouth.
Okay, I thought so too, but apparently there's pee-pee and there's feelings too.
Yeah, feelings exist, Mike.
Yeah. Thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, you know what? I never had that feeling where I was like, huh. So I guess when it comes down to it, if we're ever getting mugged or something, I would be the guy like, no, leave her alone. I love her. I will be that guy, apparently.
Well, I don't think you'd say those things. I think you'd just leap into action if you actually feel that way.
So I have a question. How long have you been telling her you love her?
For 6 years.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
And you just figured out finally that that's actually not a lie.
Well, because, you don't really think about those things. You say things, you say hello to everybody and have a nice day, but you really don't mean have a nice day to people, right?
Right.
So,
but
you know what? It really goes to show that when shit comes down to a situation, it's like, oh, shit.
I mean, I think feelings are just something that, dudes don't actively think about.
Yeah, because I didn't think about it until
unless you're incredibly intoxicated or in a dangerous situation.
Yeah, but even then, I would just blame the alcohol and say those aren't my feelings. That's the alcohol's feelings.
Oh, okay.
The thing is that the male of the species, of the human species right now, is about the most selfish part of the species. Or actually, you know what? It's the male and the female now have become so selfish that they only worry about them and their own needs. Back in the day, you became a couple so that you could, actually be, meet their needs and then meet your needs. It was kind of like a partnership. Now it's like
it's a give and take.
She let me put my pee-pee in her mouth. So now I'll tell her I love her.
Why
so
do you
maybe
keep saying pee-pee?
I don't know.
Duh. Well, I mean, why else would you say that,
What do you want me to say, Devin? So you take your cock out and shove it in your mouth.
I put my big fat cock in her mouth.
Please don't say cock. That makes it sound aggressive. We're a loving couple.
But no, I get what you're saying though, John. I think a lot of relationships are like that now. I originally thought that my girlfriend only got with me because I had somewhere to live and she didn't.
Oh, so it was something of convenience. She needed a place to live.
And then now we've been...
Well, you give her Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
We've been together for 3 years. I don't know. Shit's weird. It's not like it used to be like John was talking about.
So how old are you?
Okay, yeah.
How old are you, Mike?
I'm 28.
28?
Yeah.
So you're going to make an honest woman out of this girl that you've now figured out that you're in love with?
Well, I figured out, but I knew it was there, but now it confirmed it.
It
came to a tricky
he had
situation.
to have a letter of confirmation.
Yeah, I had a near-death experience. That's why. Because they're trying to...
Do you think that she has these same feelings for you?
Yeah, of course.
Or do you have? Of course.
What do you know?
Does she buy you really dumb things that you don't appreciate?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
And let me ask you this, Mike. Do you know what your love language is?
My love language?
You've never heard of your love language? You don't know what her love language is?
You mean like the shit where it's like, oh, someone's love someone for emotionally and physically, like that shit, right?
Yeah, my love language is like getting my dick sucked. That's my favorite love language.
And one day, geez, it might just happen. I'm rooting for you, big guy.
I mean, okay. So, like, for instance, Mike.
Please explain it in man terms, not woman terms.
I can explain it in man terms for you.
Okay.
A very simple thing. Like, I know that my girlfriend's quote unquote love language is if I just buy her something or buy her food, she leaves me alone.
Well, I don't think this is love language, dude. What do you mean?
No. Because some of them are more specific. Like they want to watch a stupid movie with you, and you just do it to get left alone.
That doesn't sound very
John,
lovely.
this doesn't sound like love language to me, John.
All right, so for you morons, I will try to explain this to you. So there are 5 different love languages. One is words of affirmation. So in other words, you say to her, hey, honey, you know what? You really look good. Oh, you look so, you're beautiful.
Oh, yeah, she likes that.
Oh, yeah, I say that a lot, yeah.
The second one is acts of service. Acts of service. When you go buy her food and she leaves you alone for a couple hours.
Yeah, whenever she's just like, hey, Mike, can you go grab me this while you're in the middle of something?
Or it also might be receiving gifts, but I think more of an act of service is just like if you she was at work all day and you cleaned the house or did the dishes or
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I do that. Yeah.
wiped the piss off the floor. That kind of thing.
So
All
I
right.
guess it would be the service.
Who's
All right,
peeing
that's
on the
active
floor?
service. All right. The third one is receiving gifts. Does your girlfriend like it when you give her gifts? Some people don't like that. Then the fourth,
Oh, yeah.
the
She does
fourth
that.
one is physical time. It's
Well,
like
yeah.
when you spend time together. I guess that's not Devin's love language. All right.
What, you don't like touching your woman? or
No,
you just
dude. Sometimes
poke her with a stick?
Hold on.
Can I please explain this?
Quality time is like when you go places. You take her out.
Yes.
You go to different. That's quality time. You watch a movie together.
Yeah.
You do all that. The
She's a
fifth one is
homebody.
physical touch, which
Yes.
is the hand holding, public plays. I don't know what the hell is your love language, Devin.
No. It's just like I've talked about multiple times before. I do, even though I'm not supposed to say this anymore, I do have Asperger's. I'm autistic. Sometimes physical touch, I just can't do it. Like it'll drive me up the fucking wall.
Alrighty. So, what do you think what do you like when your girl? What do you like out of those things I described? What do you like that she would do for you? What's the thing?
Oh no, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like as soon as that spurt is over, yeah, I absolutely love being in physical contact with my girlfriend. It's just, it comes and goes.
Yeah, that's the
I
difference
can
between love and lust. Love is when after you, then you want to sit there and hold her.
I'm not talking about fucking her.
Right.
I'm talking about actually just
when that happens, you just want to push her off and then get out of the house. You're trying to figure out any way you can claw your way out of the place.
yeah,
Right,
because
Cheese?
I'm just. But no, the things that she does constantly is the gift buying, which drives me kind of nuts because it's not that I don't like gifts. I just don't like when things are bought for me.
All right, so maybe that's her love language. Maybe she's buying gifts because she feels that's what she wants and that's what you would want. Maybe she doesn't understand what the 5 love languages.
Yeah, and I buy her flowers from time to time.
Okay.
Like if I stop at like Meijer or Walmart or something, and if I see like flowers, I'll grab like a bouquet or two. That way she can put them in her little her little vase that we have.
Hey, Cheese, what does your pocket pussy's love language? What is that?
Oh, well, it likes it when I come in it. At least I hope it does.
Yeah, it's little
I don't
chink
like to
eyes,
watch it,
by the
though.
way, John.
Do you have words, acts of service? Maybe like to clean it out.
Yeah, like sometimes I have to go. I get the fleshlight and I have to put it under the sink and clean it out. That's my act of service, at least.
There you go.
Sometimes I don't. But yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think for me, for her, it's a touch because I mean, okay, this sounds crazy here, but I absolutely love it. Not when she's touching my weenie, but when she scratches my back, like while we're just watching something, when she scratches my back, it's the best feeling in the world. So that's like, yeah, like I'm a simple man,
Dude.
This is so gay.
No, it's not fucking gay. You just don't have a girlfriend, so you can't relate.
But I mean, I don't mind the penis touching either. That's cool too.
But
Now,
so you okay? Never mind.
I was going to say I love them the same way. If I'm sitting there and someone's scratching and my girlfriend's scratching my back, I'm like, I make lovey noises.
Like, dude, it's just like the endorphins that shoot through your fucking brain when that happens. It's ridiculous. Like, randomly, T will come up and just start rubbing my shoulders. And when we first started dating, I didn't like it very much because I have a lot of very like tense muscles because I'm stressed all the time. Mostly because I do it to myself. And she would try to like massage them, and I would always just be like, "Oh yeah, good luck," which would discourage her. But now,
You should let her do it.
But now I've just learned to appreciate it. I'm like, oh, please, yes.
So, Cheese, when you untie your victims, what do you do to make them feel, at home and, to get them in the mood?
I think he gets some food because they're starving. I think he does that. And then
Why would I ever untie them? What? Then they'll just run away, John. You're not thinking straight, clearly.
Well, I'm sorry. Okay. you probably still have like the arms tied to something, and you probably just untie the legs and you probably still keep the ball gag in the mouth.
Yeah.
But what do you
Well,
think?
then how do they eat?
Yeah. Well, like I
Yeah,
just give them little crumbs and I try to put it in the sides of their mouth. I'm going.
What is wrong with you?
Or I can give them like suppository. Then can't they eat that way?
Have you not
I
thought
don't
about
think
an
that's
IV?
how that works. No, he wants to shove it up their ass, Devin. Jesus Christ, you don't even know what a fucking suppository is.
There's nothing sexy about an IV, David.
Yeah,
I never told my girlfriend, "Oh, hey, I want to stick it in you." "Oh, you're taking out this IV, girl. Here you go."
Here, let me
That'd
see
be
if I can get a
painful.
vein. This will relax you a little bit.
Let's see if I can find a vein.
Yeah, but that's pretty much been my week. I found out. I confirmed it. Like I knew it was there, but
You
now
just
it's
had to
confirmed.
confirm it in your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So how about you, Cheese? What's been the Cheese Man doing and whining about?
So as you guys know.
No, we don't know.
No,
Go
you
ahead,
don't.
Cheese.
Yeah. So I'm recently unemployed, recent bum. So
Okay.
I got my last check, but my job fucked up and paid me twice, and
Keep it.
I'm a little happy about it.
Oh,
And-
so you're
Go ahead.
like the border crosser that you are. You actually kept the second check.
Uh,
I know they're coming back.
Who
for it,
returns
don't you?
the checks?
Yeah.
Would you
no,
honestly
don't fucking return that.
wait,
They'll
John?
come back.
I'm not gonna
for it.
return that
Well,
bullshit. The
Wait,
fuck?
John,
Hang on.
if you were in this
Ca-
situation,
hold-
you'd return it.
Hang on 1 second. Let me ask you this question:
Okay.
Was it direct deposited in your
Direct.
account?
Direct.
Yeah, it's coming back out. They'll go to the bank and say, "Oh, we paid them twice. Here's the documentation."
Withdrawal, Cheese.
Yeah,
They'll
that's
take it right
fine. I'm already 10 steps ahead of you.
Go to the ATM.
They immediately withdraw that and close your account.
Yep. I'm gonna go.
Take all the money out, go to another bank.
Yeah, so I got paid twice, and I also went. I'm now on employment benefits. So you guys are
look
paying
at
me.
You're welcome.
So how long? And you're in California, right? So how long?
No.
I think you can go on
Texas.
unemployment from California for Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas probably 6 months. 6 months you get. So now, will you look for a job, or are you just going to be like a filthy, rotten person that
I'm gonna
doesn't
milk
go
this
out and
until it's
find a job?
dry.
You're
I'm-
going to milk that thing. Yes,
Yeah.
I know it.
Just
It's
get
kinda
another
cool
fucking
getting paid.
job, Cheese, because you're gonna become bored.
No.
Yes.
Cheese.
So
You
what
don't know
will
how
you
cheese
do
works.
with your?
Huh?
So what's going to happen for the rest of the summer of cheese?
I don't know. Go to the gym, and work out.
Go to the gym and work out. Okay.
Yeah, start gooning.
Get that beach bod.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not gonna happen.
Fuck you, Devin.
No,
You're
that's not true. I was watching some show about like people who can't get love called The Undateables, and there's this little midget, and he's
Oh, yeah.
really jacked. It was like a jacked midget. So,
Oh, so
Cheese, yeah.
Cheese was on the show?
okay.
Well, that's how I met him.
Okay.
Cheese.
I only get talent on this show. Like, I got you from Rubberneckers. John, he's, just the best podcaster ever. Cheese was a midget on that show. And me, I'm the world famous editor.
Cheese.
No one.
Nothing wrong with you, huh? Yeah.
I got to ask Cheese a question.
Okay.
Well, what's your game like? I mean, do you have a problem approaching women and talking to women? Is
No.
that the...
I
No,
can
you
get
don't?
I can get pussy.
Are you sure?
What's stopping you?
I just don't want to date them. I just want to fuck them.
Oh.
Well, Cheese, there's a thing called
you're-
lying. You make them think that you're dating.
Yeah. Do you not
That's
know
what
how
I
to
did.
lie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too much work. Because then you have to have you never heard once you continue lying, you start to forget your lies or something like that?
No.
Like you start believing your own lies.
Yeah, you start believing. So maybe I might fall in love, and then I get
I
hurt.
think you're overthinking it because you're an idiot. And you're actually like, oh, I can fall in love with it.
See, and
Cheese,
plus-
I'm just wondering, Cheese, with your unemployment, are you still going to be able to pay for these hookers? Or
I don't ever pay. That's the thing. I never pay money.
Cheese, you're
Oh,
so
you're so
funny.
full of shit.
But did Jack the Ripper ever pay? He didn't pay.
Exactly.
No,
See?
dude. Every single time that you are with a woman, you're paying something.
Not me.
Well, that's a
Yes,
different
you.
story. But for some reason, the way that Cheese talks,
Uh-huh.
he's overcompensating. You notice the overcompensating?
Oh,
Sure.
I've noticed this for years.
I could get pussy. I just don't want to date him. That's all. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go to the gym and get jacked so I can get all this poon and then just kick it to the side
Yeah.
because I'm the cheese man. And
Yeah. See,
A
okay, well,
knockdown
John, tell
puss.
me, how am I gonna have a girlfriend and fuck every race? Tell me.
Yeah, how's he gonna complete his goal?
Exactly.
Yeah, his stupid bucket list.
Yeah.
It's
All
not
right.
stupid.
So
it's
how many of you
scientific.
knocked off? How many of you knocked off so far? Have you got a Caucasian?
3 races. Wait,
Which
All right,
ones?
ones are they?
Black, Latino,
Okay. All right.
and Asian.
Oh, you got an Asian. That's a big pull.
It
That's
was
a,
a
how many
that's
got
his
left?
kink.
It's a Philippine, so it's a child. More than likely.
Okay.
It was like,
Yeah,
oh, hey, she's a
probably
little
13.
smaller than me.
All right. So what do we got left? We have an Indian, Dot, not Feather. And
You
then
also
what
need
else?
the Indian feather.
Well, I still need native. I need one of Mike's people.
Oh, you need a native too?
Yeah, I need Mike's people. So,
Okay.
well, I gotta go get like a brown one over there in the Middle East.
Yeah, just wait till you
Oh.
just wait until you fuck a white woman, and it will be
Oh,
the
that's
most
right, you have
a white
boring
woman.
experience that you ever had.
Not
That's
true.
not
Yeah, he's gonna have.
That is
He's gonna- that's gonna be
completely
the-
true.
No.
That's going to be his white whale trying to get a Caucasian broad to bang him.
Yeah.
Unless it's,
No,
unless
that's
it's a crack
easy
whore.
though. You can get like dumb white bros. Just make her
Yeah,
feel
fat
guilty
ones.
about her race. Like say like, hey, white privileged bitch. I bet you wouldn't even suck this dick because you're a racist. And she'd be like, oh my god, I totally am not. You're in.
You're
cheese.
right. You're right.
Just go
I need to
especially since you're going to college, you could get those dumb college white girls who want to, want forgiveness.
Yeah,
So-
and
You know what
then
she's-
Mike is going to continue with, "Oh, just get her drunk."
No,
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 Well, there's nothing wrong with that. if
Oh
she's
my
willing.
god!
just rub some
I
coke
gotta
on
be
her
honest
pussy.
with
That's
you.
it.
Cheese, I think you've missed your I think you've missed your calling. I think what you should do is write romance novels. The way you're sitting there, you're just like, hey, you know what? Hey, white chick, you know what? Why don't you come over here and suck my dick? And she's like, oh yeah, well, I mean, that's a perfect romance. I mean, women would flock to that.
And women love cheese and wine, so
Then it's
Yeah, but that's not his actual name.
Of course, it's not. I get that.
you know what? I'll tell you right now, his real name sucks. So just stick to cheese. Legally change it to cheese. I'll tell you that.
I don't know how I'd feel about a girl moaning the word cheese. So
Oh, cheese. Oh, cheese.
but yeah,
We can get Proxy to do it for you.
no, then I'm fine.
I don't know. Those big cartoon tits are very mesmerizing. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, until you
Remember, it's a big fat
John.
hairy guy behind it.
big fat hairy guy with a
That's the hard. That's the hard
with
part.
a
It's
with
the,
a cock.
That's the one that snaps you right back into places when he starts talking again. But
So, anyone want to start us off with some topics, maybe?
All right, so I'm just a dirty dish shower.
I figured. I kind of thought we forgot about Devin. Devin, how has your week been?
Oh, sorry, Devin.
Honestly, I've just been like exhausted this entire week. The amount of times that I've had to get off of work and pick somebody up from work at like 2:00 in the morning. Yeah, that's not cool. Other than that,
well, that's because she's having medical issues. You piece of
not
shit.
her.
Oh, well, who else do you have to pick up at 2
Her
o'clock in the
stupid
morning?
family members.
Oh, okay.
Your family
So you have
members,
to
or?
leave work.
I mean, my in-law family members.
Oh.
okay.
Just pretend you're
All right.
driving a boat.
What does that have to do with anything? What?
It'll make it more fun that way.
I think he was making a gesture that black people can't swim. Is that what that was?
Well, you need to go
Are we
that
not-
way too.
Oh my god!
It's like you're saving them, Devin.
But no,
Yeah, I think like that.
yeah, the other day I actually had to call off because T was at her job selling Leaf Guard, which is some thing for your gutters.
Oh,
So she goes to fairs and everything and tries to sell these things, get leads or whatever, because she gets commission off them.
she's an Avon lady.
I don't know, because she actually got to see the Steve Miller band play the other day, and I'm kind of jealous.
Well, free concert, I guess.
Yeah, she literally got to see a free concert. But no, so I had to call off of work because she thought that her cyst ruptured. Turns out she was just having period cramps.
God damn
Ew.
it. Yeah.
So what'd you do? You just gave her like a cold compress or warm compress and some some Midol.
Yeah, I just got her whatever the fuck she wanted.
I mean, it's terrible that when she's in excruciating pain, you had to inconvenience yourself.
Yes, I know that pain. Those pains are bad. You don't need to tell me. I hear it all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure like all the million migraines she has too. I'm sure.
Shut the fuck up while you're ahead. Change the subject immediately. Are you out of your mind? God, I gotta teach you guys everything. Don't talk about her when she's in the room. You fucking
she
moron.
was in the bathroom. I didn't think she would respond.
Listen, they can hear a fucking pin drop at 150 fucking
That is
yards.
fucking true.
That's exactly true. Shush.
Yeah, but remember the hearing's selective though.
Absolutely, I get that.
Like as soon as you start bitching about something,
They hear their name. And it's they zoom right into what you're saying, and they don't care if you're podcasting. They got to tell you in an off mic way what they think of you and what you're talking about.
Well,
It's
yes,
okay.
as you
Mike
hear
will cut
during
that
the
part out.
podcast. No, as you hear during the podcast, you know, she does interject, and well, sometimes it's funny. That's why I leave it in. But otherwise, I just like, cut that shit out.
It wasn't that bad, I'm telling you.
Well, we'll keep
All right.
that. All right. So,
Any other thing that she pissed you off about there, Devin? Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was the family members.
yeah,
They
no,
didn't,
it
have
wasn't
a bus
her.
schedule. Didn't know how to use Uber or anything like that.
No, because they're broke. I guess.
Okay.
also, they liberated his pizza bagels. I'm not going to let that down.
Please
Oh, yeah.
don't. Please
They
don't
came in
remind
and
me.
ate your pizza
They
bagels?
came and eat my fucking food.
Oh,
Typical.
typical what?
You know,
The 19%.
Those?
You know,
Sorry.
niggas acting like they own the place.
Leave their roaches outside on the porch.
oh, come on.
Oh, that's
dude.
fucking annoying.
Dude, come on.
And it
Typical.
constantly smells like weed in the house. And I don't like that. Don't get me wrong. I partake from time to time. But I don't like it when my entire house smells like weed.
No, my girlfriend does marijuana, and my house doesn't fucking stink at all. Goes outside, man. No,
Devin.
no fucking way.
I figured out what you could do.
What are we going to do when T clubs Devin and he's knocked out and it's just the three of us here?
It's fine. We'll just read his
We
topics,
reference
but
him?
one of us will do an impression of him after
I
each
gotcha.
topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
That's not going to happen.
All right. So let's do a topic then.
Yes,
if you're
get
done
it.
whining
Let's
about
get
your
into it.
in-laws.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Michael or Devin? Which one?
All right. I got it.
Okay.
All right. So, off with his head, if somebody would send that to John. A lawsuit accuses a Georgia doctor of decapitating a baby during delivery.
Oh, yeah, you know, I saw about this. It's pretty funny, actually.
Starting off with
continue.
a high note.
So, yeah, this was in Atlanta. Not surprising. The baby's
what you're
mother
saying-
and father, Jessica Ross and Trayvon Isaiah Taylor, that's too many names, attended a news conference in Atlanta where their attorneys announced a lawsuit against Dr. Tracy St. Julian and Southern Regional Medical Center, a hospital in Riverdale, Georgia, where Ross went on July 9th to have her son. Riverdale is about the what? All this useless
Why do you
information.
like? I always love these useless information.
Devin,
Yeah.
let's do this. What you want to do is you want to summarize the article.
Okay.
You want to read
Yeah,
it
I should
because
probably look more into
You
it.
just want to summarize the article. So, all right. So I'm just looking
Or
at
just
this.
skip over
let me
the
take
unnecessary
Can I
parts.
take a shot at this?
Yeah, go for it, John.
Okay, here we go. A lawsuit accused a Georgia doctor of decapitating.
All
a
right,
baby
you're really
during
good
delivery.
there.
I fucked up one word. Give me a shot. Apparently, a doctor used too much force and pulled the head off of the woman's baby during delivery,
So,
according to the lawsuit. All
um,
right. So,
what
now,
I've
go
heard
ahead.
more about this actually, is that so the baby was coming out like legs first. Oh no, never mind.
So what happened was.
Did you ever think of maybe reading the article?
Well, okay,
Maybe
Devin.
taking a
Devin,
note or
you know
two.
All
So
right.
what happened is she tried to give birth and the baby got stuck in her fucking pussy because I guess that pussy was yanking and it was way too tight. So they had to do an emergency C-section and the little fucker's head was like such a melon and they couldn't get it out. So it was like a cartoon, like where they pull their legs and then his head just went, just popped straight off and yeah.
You'd think her pussy would be looser because black dick is long and big. Clearly not.
You know what?
I knew
It's a
that
myth.
was
know
gonna
about that?
happen.
It's a myth. Clearly.
Yeah.
All right. So the other
All right.
screwed
So
up thing that I heard
Mike
about
said,
this.
Listen, everything that Mike said was 100% wrong. So what happened was the baby had what they call shoulder dysplasia, where the shoulder gets stuck. And the doctor had a hold of the baby's head and kept pulling, trying to get the shoulder out. And the force just pulled the poor baby's head clean off.
Oh my
Clean
god.
off.
But that's more
And-
pathetic because I've seen dicks bigger than babies' shoulders. Come on.
Well, no, because it's kind of like obviously
No.
the black baby's gonna resist anything of authority, so I could see it.
Okay.
Well, I didn't realize that Mike was an authority on black porn and seen his share of black cock. But
Yeah.
so this had to be horrible. So they still couldn't get the shoulder out. Meanwhile, the baby's sitting there headless. So then they performed a cesarean to pull the rest of the lifeless body out of this woman.
And okay, so if you guys know this or not, even when women have stillborns, they still usually want to hold the child, right?
Oh yeah, this is funny.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is the worst part.
So did they get the head off the floor and then
Oh, dude,
prop
they
it up on the baby?
wrapped it up and basically just stuck the head back on.
And they leaned it up against a pillow, so his
Yeah,
head
dude.
would stay together. Couldn't you be bothered to use any kind of tape or maybe
glue?
maybe put a stick through it, how you do a kebab, maybe something. I seen Cake Boss where they at least they stick a rod in the base and then they put the head on top.
Like 6 or 7 toothpicks and then you just put it in the neck
Even
and jam the head on top.
some
Must
Elmer's
have been a
glue
general
around.
hospital.
Yeah.
And so apparently that Dr. St. Julian
Yes.
is not actually a part of that hospital that delivered the baby.
Oh,
That's awesome.
S-
so who was he? Just some dude?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was just some dude.
It's a volunteer.
See what happened when they found out the baby was stuck. The couple asked for a C-section, and the doctor refused.
Are you?
Oh.
s-
And then
Oh,
And then once he popped the head off, he's like, you know something? I think that C-section probably a good idea. Let's do that now. They also said they didn't tell the couple that they yanked the little fucker's head off. And they tried to cover up the decapitation by discouraging the couple from getting an autopsy.
Shit.
They just tried to get the kid cremated as fast as
Immediately.
they possibly could. Yeah, immediately.
Huh.
oh my god.
They took. Well, this is what they did. They encouraged them. They took the baby and wrapped it and propped its body to appear that the head was still attached.
Yeah, so
These
the mother could
filthy
hold it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
That was
like
nice
to
of
think
them.
that.
dude, imagine the terror when she puts it in her arms and she's crying. That head just rolls on the floor.
That'd be hilarious.
I don't understand. It's not latching. Yeah, you ain't lying.
He'll grow out of it soon.
The suit alleges.
Oh, my baby went
Gross
to go call the
negligence.
doctor. That's why he rolled away.
Yeah, they fucked up. This is, well, I guess, look, the next baby that they have, I'm sure that they're going to have plenty of money to raise that baby. Guess
Oh,
what, Cheese?
absolutely.
They don't have to worry about unemployment anymore. They can lay around and do nothing all day for the rest of their lives because this couple is going to get bank.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe.
I
Could
mean,
you just imagine
evidence, really?
ripping a baby's head clean off?
No, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
So can I tell you?
Sometimes
can
I think
tell you-
about it when I'm near someone else's kids. I just want to rip its head off. But never really thought of the mechanics of it. Really.
Can I tell you a personal story?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, you ripping kids head off?
So my second daughter, when she was born, they had that shoulder dysplasia where the shoulder got stuck. So trying to get the baby out, and all of a sudden the doctor was like, he started panicking, and like 10 people just flooded in the room. He said something, I don't know, I'm not paying attention. And he's yelling at this one nurse to get up on top of my wife. He's like, get on top of her. And she's like, I can't climb up. I grabbed her by the waist and threw her on top of my wife. And she's on there. And meanwhile, I got my hand on her ass so she doesn't fall off. And they're pushing and pushing. They finally got the shoulder out, and the baby came out. And when he went and held the baby, like he got the baby out, and when he went, he just passed it over his head like it was a fucking ham. Just picked it, and she was eggplant purple. I said, oh, well, the baby's dead. Now they're just trying to save my wife. And it took, because they did that episiotomy where they cut the whole taint out. So they cut her from puss to asshole. Yes. She did that whole piece. It took 2 surgeons 3 hours to sew my wife back together again.
Jesus, man.
And they gave me a 2x4 for my ass. Just kidding.
But like, so I get a question. So did your kid come out like all right? Are they like, have any disabilities?
Yeah. No, she's fine. She's fine.
Wow.
But afterwards, when everybody cleared out, the place looked like a fucking deer. Like they slaughtered a deer in there. It was all over the place. So I can see where this shit happens. And you don't even you're just paralyzed as a father, as a parent. You don't know what's going on. Just all these people, they're pushing all, and I thought the baby was dead, and I'm paying attention to my wife as they're trying to stop the bleeding and stop all that stuff. And then all of a sudden I heard the baby cry. And when the baby cried, I almost pissed my pants. I was like, "Oh,
it freaked you the fuck out."
That dad thing.
It freaked me the fuck out. Yeah. So then I looked at my wife, and she just said, "Go to the baby, go to the baby." So I went over to the baby. She had to spend about 3 days in the NICU. When she was born, she was 10 pounds, 11 ounces. She was a biggin. They had said the baby was only 8 pounds, 5 ounces. So when they said the baby was 11 pounds, 5 ounces, I go, who the hell said she was 8 pounds, 8.5 pounds? She's almost 12 pounds or 11 pounds.
Well, your wife at that time may have just ate like a really big meal last night or something.
And the doctors were like, well, this is just the mess. Oh, it was you? So he wanted to get out of there as fast as possible. So going through one of those, I can't even imagine. Like if the father was in there, he had to know the head came off, right?
Well, yeah.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
They probably tossed it to him like a basketball, like here, catch.
Unless the head came off and he didn't pull it all the way out, he's like, oh.
I'm just going to leave that there.
I'm just going to leave
somebody
that there.
go and get a blanket.
Yeah, and somebody go and gets. Yeah, we got to do a C-section now. And then it probably pushed the head back out the other way and took it all out in one piece. I bet you that's what happened. Once that snapped off. The doctor's just like, oh, guess what? He tried to cover his ass. This guy tried to cover his ass through this whole thing. Oh my God, he's so done.
Yeah,
well, you know what they call the worst doctor in the world?
What?
Doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor. They're still doctors, so.
Well, I'm glad that your daughter has a good head on her shoulders, unlike this one.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right, so are we done with this topic?
Yeah,
shall we move on?
Mike, you got one?
Oh yeah, you know what? I was thinking about this. This is a bit of an old article, not really, but I want you guys to go click on companies don't like money. Because John, I know how you feel, because you're more of a conservative type of guy.
Yeah, I would say probably. Yeah.
MasterCard moves to ban cannabis purchases on its debit cards.
See, I don't like this. I got in trouble one time.
Yeah.
On another podcast that Dev and I did, the gaslighting podcast, over the same thing, because these credit cards decided that they weren't going to allow purchases to porn sites.
Yeah. John wants his anal raping films.
I want my anal raping videos. Just take my money and give me my anal raping porn videos.
But it's not real rape, though.
I know. Well, I meant to say panal, but it wouldn't come through my thick fucking skull.
Yeah, but like I said, like I don't understand like MasterCard, like with all this, like no porn, no marijuana. Like, when you want to maximize your profits, and I don't see who exactly you're like impressing here by doing this? Like, is it just they have so much money that they don't give a shit no more?
Most
Like,
states at this point have cannabis legalized. I know it's not legalized on a federal level.
And that's the problem, because they can't even take the money to the bank because it can be seized. Yeah, so this is the problem with this. And guys, let me just tell you something. Yeah, I know you're young, you don't give a fuck about anything, and you think this is all fine and dandy. But right now they're trying to go to a digital currency where they control everything. And if you don't, like, if you went somewhere and you burnt too much gas and you're like, well, guess what? Your carbon credit's over. You don't get any more gas for the rest of this month. Or if you've eaten too much red meat, well, guess what? You've eaten too much red meat. They'll take one look at me and say, Pop-Tarts, not so fat, so you don't get Pop-Tarts. You get
not so
kale,
fat, so.
And yeah, you get kale and cucumbers.
I mean,
And,
I would like to
some,
believe that, but I mean, we have digital money, and
You
there's
would
such
like
a
to
negative
believe that?
pushback against of like crypto.
No.
Like crypto is like pushed back like hard. I don't think that we're gonna be entering a digital money era.
Let me tell you something right now. They have to figure out a way to get rid of all this debt that they pushed up. They've got $30-something trillion of debt. There's no way they could pay it all back.
I mean,
so what
if
they're gonna
only
try
we
to
didn't
do-
send $2 billion to Ukraine.
That's nothing.
Well, that's
$2
nothing
billion.
compared to the debt we have in the Federal Reserve, dude. We have a massive fucking debt.
Well, it
Right.
all started after we decoupled from the dollar actually matching gold.
Yeah, mid 70s, they took the U.S. dollar off the gold standard, and that's when all this shit started. The other issue that you're going to have is you've got China, Saudi Arabia, and a bunch of other countries. They're going to start their own currency, and they're going to make it based on gold and other securities that are, they're
It's actually gonna be based on something.
fungible. Yeah, they're going to be based on something. So the dollar will only be worth something that you can wipe your ass with, and this is what they're trying to do right now: central bank digital currency.
Well, like a peso.
And pretty much. And so what's going to happen is that money's not going to be worth anything, and they're going to tell you what to do. And they're already testing it. But see how they're testing it is they're like, all right, your credit card, you can't buy porn. And they're like, well, I don't think you should be able to buy porn. Okay, fine. Then the next thing they started to do is you can't buy an assault weapon with your gun. Or
Oh yeah,
with your
you
money.
like with PayPal, if you buy a gun with it, they will like ban you forever off of PayPal.
Really?
Right. So then,
Yep.
Yes. So then now they're doing the same thing right now with whatever the fuck we were just talking about.
MasterCard with weed.
MasterCard with weed. Now they're not going to let you buy weed. So they're little by little turning up the heat and allowing you to take, it's like I said, hey, it's my money. I worked for it. I want to buy what I want to buy. Just here, I give them the numbers and you pay them. All right. And then you take 4% for yourself.
Yeah, so yeah, it just is ridiculous. Like, come on, dude. Like, you get a profit out of this, but like you said, it seems like they're pushing an agenda here because otherwise, common sense, it would be like, why the fuck would you do this?
Mike, like John said, there's been an agenda for a long time.
Well, by who?
By the global elites.
Yeah, like
starts
the
with
deep
the
state.
World
Whatever you
Economic
fucking
Forum.
want to call it. Whatever
who-
evil name.
But who are
the boogeyman,
today?
Illuminati, the boogeyman?
No,
For the
it's
Great
no
Reset?
fucking boogeymen.
So you have people that are involved in this. I would say that this guy Klaus Schwab is part of it. Bill Gates is a big part
Yes,
of it.
he is.
But how do you know?
George Soros. Well, Bill Gates just released like 3 billion genetically modified mosquitoes in Texas and Florida. Sure, that's not going to be a problem. And then also, they're
well,
working
geez,
with something
good
with
thing you don't
ticks.
go outside, dude.
See?
So here's the thing. They've genetically modified these mosquitoes. Well, we don't know what they did with them, but we do know this one thing, that if people get bit with a mosquito or a tick that has also bit a cow, and then they can transfer this I guess it's a virus to the human. Now the human has will have an allergic reaction to red meat. So this is how they're going to get us to eat bugs.
It's funny, I heard about this because I was talking on actually Jerry's podcast, Club 9197. Check it out. About the tick.
Yo Bro podcast.
I didn't. Well, I mean, I kind of heard something about this, but yeah, the Lone Star tick, dude.
I didn't believe it at first.
That is to say that it bites you and it makes you allergic to meat. That is fucking
Red
insane.
meat. Yeah,
We live in a weird world where, like I said before, dude. Like I didn't know that Tasmanian devils give you cancer when they bite you.
they give you cancer?
Yep.
How? What the
So-
fuck? That doesn't sound
so-
real.
No, they give you skin
When
cancer.
I was growing up, we got about 6 vaccines.
Mhm.
I never heard of anybody being allergic to gluten, peanuts,
Right.
any kind of food, anything like that. Then all of a sudden, they started giving babies all these vaccines in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. It's an incredible amount of vaccines. And now you got kids that are allergic to peanuts. You get kids that are allergic to milk.
You got kids that are autistic.
You got kids
Yeah,
that are
kids
carrying
are
a
autistic.
German.
I mean, there were probably always like peanut allergies, but I mean, back then in your olden times, they just died. So I mean, they probably didn't know like, oh, my son just died eating like his
I
trail
don't know.
mix.
I don't think you're right, Mike.
Now, because back then they used to test you for everything when you went. As a kid, I had a lot of allergies, and what they would do, this is what they would do. They would take this thing, and it was like a white piece of plastic, and it was full of like little needles, and in each one of these needles had a drop of, I don't know, grass and dander.
Yeah,
and
just
all
to
this other stuff.
test you
and they,
for
right,
what
and
you're
they would-
allergic to.
and they would put it against your back. They would hit your back, so then it would puncture the skin, and that stuff would go inside your skin. And then they would come over in like 15 minutes, and they go, "Oh, look at this one! Whoa, look at this big thing here!" Because your body would have a reaction. They would circle it, and they would say, "Okay, you're allergic to ragweed, dogs, and cats, and whatever,
Jeez.
gay sex."
I think I got
So
lucky.
so you had that back then, but nobody had peanut allergies. I'm telling you.
Well,
So
no,
you're saying
Devin, you
that-
suffered the effect. You're not allergic to anything because the vaccines gave you your autism that you currently
Yeah,
have.
I know that.
Yeah.
Wait, do you actually believe that?
No, I don't think the
Okay.
vaccines gave me autism. I think probably being dropped on my head.
Well,
I was
so-
thrown from a car before.
Jesus.
I don't. Okay, so here's the thing with autism.
Hmm.
Usually it happens within males, and it's usually around between the ages of 2 and 3. I don't know if there's anything that, like I said, I'm not going to say that it has to do anything with vaccines, but there's also a vaccine that they give you at that age, and it's like a triple vaccine. It's way too much of a load to give a little kid like that, and I think it really does something to him. Now, does it do autism? Who knows? I don't know. But what they would like to do is take these vaccines, and instead of giving them to them so close and so many of them, they want to spread them out so kids can actually handle,
Acclimate.
acclimate
I
to it.
don't-
Yes.
I don't agree with that. I think you should give the kids like all the vaccines so the strong survive and the weak die.
Yeah. Well, you're a fucking moron.
John, we have an overpopulation problem. That's why we got the mosquitoes out there
Well,
in Texas
that's
killing
why- that's
retards.
what-
Well,
Yeah.
Listen, that's what they're.
Bill Gates objectively has like a depopulation plan.
They want to drop the world's population to 750 million,
I agree.
and then what they call, yeah, of course, you're going to be one of the useless eaters that gets killed. You dumb fuck. You have no purpose. They don't need you.
No.
Cheese will
No.
She's gonna
they'll-
like shovel the coal into the oven that we're throwing our own
They will
in.
pick up. Listen, they will pick up cheese and beat you to death with him. That's how much you two are worthless eaters.
I'm not
Nah.
a worthless eater. You're coming
there
too,
you are.
bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? You're gonna die with us. They're gonna eat your
Of course
body
I
for
will.
food.
You know how?
Yes, of course I will. But I've already lived my life.
Yeah, John is done with. He knows that.
Listen, I'm in God's waiting room right now. That's all.
Oh.
Well, John, I wouldn't toss you into the big oven.
No,
You're not
I wouldn't
done yet.
either.
Have you tried trans women?
Wait,
Of course
what?
not.
Wait,
I'm not a fag.
What the fuck?
wait, trying
No,
to
he
throw
said
them
he-
into the oven or fuck them?
No, fuck him.
What are you talking
Because
about?
he said he
James?
lived his life to the fullest, and I'm like, that's not true. Have you
Oh,
tried
yes.
a trans woman?
Yeah, fullest doesn't mean I have to try. Listen, I don't have to try everything. I just try what I like.
But how do you know you don't? How do you know if you don't like it?
Don't you
I
want
would
to
be the.
sample the
think
fruits
he
of
knows.
Mother Nature?
It'd be the cock. The cock would be the thing that would tell me that I didn't.
Yeah, the cock
like
and
it.
balls.
Right, the cock. That's the part.
Yeah, but if there's a combination altogether, like you can't eat
Why
sugar
is
by
it with you
itself.
guys all of a sudden you're trying to sell this? I don't get this.
Okay,
All
but
right?
let me finish my theory first. Like, sugar doesn't taste good by itself. You have to mix it with something. So a dick by itself isn't great, but a dick on a woman's body, it might be like, a perfect combo.
True.
Is this Mike or Cheese? Who's talking, Mike or Cheese? Because I get you guys confused.
I don't know how you get them confused.
Was that Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Mike.
Mike, listen. If you want to take a female cock in your ass, I'm here for you, buddy. I have no problem with it. If you want to take and suck a weenus, what's it called, a female penis, if you want to suck one of those, dude, you knock yourself out. I'm here for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I think you should have that. You should be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm not bigot.
I, on the other hand, makes me go, "Ugh, I don't want to.
But
so
you haven't
I don't
tried
have
it.
to.
Come on.
Yeah, how
You
do
know
you?
what?
You ever has someone ever like cooked you a dish that you thought you wouldn't like, but then when you ate it, you're like, oh, it's pretty good.
There's certain things that you look at it and you go, I'm not eating that. There's no fucking way I'm eating that. All right. And I'm going to use that same premise for trans women.
You're bigoted, John.
Okay.
No,
Really,
he's
it's
not.
But what if they're really
I'll take
nice
it.
and because you could be attracted to someone's personality, like
Listen, you could talk to me for another 2 hours, and you will never talk me. And listen, there are a lot of very attractive trans women. They pass. They look like women, and they
Still
are
have
very,
penises.
very attractive. But they're dudes.
Yep.
I can't get past the penis.
okay, what if it
Or
was a
the-
complete one, like with
All right.
like fake
Okay.
vagina?
Wait. Stop.
The mangina, I, you know what? I don't want to play with the mangina either.
Okay.
Awesome.
As you know, a bisexual man,
Okay.
a straight man is not going to want a penis.
How do you know that?
That's a drop. There's a drop right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more of a pitcher and not a catcher.
When you say more, have you ever
no,
taken it in the keister?
only once
Gay.
and never after.
I'm sorry, what?
Was he big and black?
No,
Is he tiny?
Is he tiny
Make
and
it
Asian?
Maybe you needed
no,
a
it
bigger
just
dick.
scared me.
It scared you. Why did it scare you?
It scared me because it was getting put in my butt.
Listen, I don't like it when I have a big, large turd that's coming out of there. That's
Exactly.
painful. I don't need another man's mushroom head going up where no man's gone before.
Maybe you could rip off the head of his cock with your
This
asshole.
isn't
What the
deal.
fuck are you talking about?
Don't worry about that. That was one of the worst callbacks ever. But go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Who has the next fucking topic?
Well, that would be you.
We're already me?
No, he did off with his head. It's me.
Oh yeah. So we're going to move
No,
on
it's me,
to
motherfucker. I haven't done a topic.
Oh no, fuck you. We're going
on
on
this
to
show.
Crime War
Okay.
Fatties.
Okay. Oh, wow, really targeting towards John, huh?
No.
So what'd you say now? What is this again? Because you guys were talking over each other. Nobody understood. Let's try it again.
Okay.
Take two.
So yeah, we're moving on to my topic, which is Crime War Fatties.
Okay.
Too fat to fly passenger sues Southwest Airlines for discriminatory actions. So basically, this really, really obese woman was told that she was too fat to fly.
Was she too fat to fly? I mean, they put fucking tanks on planes. So is she
no,
too fat to fly, or is she too fat for one seat?
No, she had to pay for 3 seats.
Holy fuck!
Jesus.
Yes,
That's a very, very large
that's a
woman.
big bitch.
I'm not going to lie. I've paid for 2 seats before.
Okay.
I've paid
Fatty.
on a plane. Okay.
But at least you get
And
like
here-
2 peanuts at least.
No.
Oh.
Shut up. This is a dumb joke. So here's the thing. When you go on a plane, you're basically buying real estate. All right.
Yes.
So, all right, my ass was a 2-seater. So I'm like, okay. And it wasn't really a 2-seater. It was like a seat and a halfer. All right. But so why would you want to? I don't want someone sit next to me.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know,
want
I-
to be right next to you.
Right. Nobody wants to be right. I get that. So I paid for 2 seats. Now, this is what they also don't tell you. If the plane is not full, they will refund your money back when you land. Let's say so the plane's not full, they won't. But if they can't sell that ticket because you're too fat, then they make you pay for the second seat. I don't have a problem with this because you're selling real estate here. I also think it should be. Here's the other thing too. They keep making these seats smaller and smaller and smaller.
That is
not
true.
just
I
here,
won't argue with
but
you
like
about
in
that.
baseball
I think you're just getting
stadiums
bigger,
and
John.
concert halls. No, forget about me. I'm talking about the actual seats themselves. They used to be 20 inches. Now they're 18.
Sure.
All right. So a lot of times, pretty soon, your fat ass won't fit in one either. All right. This is what they're doing. All right. So they can put more, so they can sell more tickets. It's a profit deal. But so they're going to sue these passengers. I don't know. Maybe you have like a little section where you just like 4 or 5 seats for the fatties.
No.
And and they get the same price. But if your fat seats are all sold, then you have to pay for 2 seats or get another plane.
What if we just put them in shipping containers?
Ooh, that's a good idea. I was gonna
No,
say
like
take
the
a
realistic
walk.
thing. No, the realistic thing to do would be put a fucking like a park bench inside of the goddamn airplane.
I have an
at
idea.
this point.
This is how we power the plane. We give first class power and make the fats lose a little bit of weight. We put treadmills on the plane.
Oh,
they
so
have
that's
to
Yeah, 'cause
constantly
that's
run
keep
or
it in
walk.
the air.
Yeah. And we put
Yeah,
them,
'cause
on
they-
the back or something.
Hey, you know what? I'll just let you know. Fat people don't like treadmills.
Why?
All right, they're not going to walk on a
Well,
treadmill.
if they
All
need
right,
to get to like Taiwan or something, they're gonna have to.
I think
Hold on,
elliptical
hold
would
on,
be
hold
pretty
on.
good.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So at the time, this person, Tegman, said she weighed between 240 and 300 pounds.
Okay, how tall?
It
Doesn't
does
matter.
not
5'2"?
say how tall.
A woman at
Okay.
240 is fucking huge.
Exactly.
But so is a guy at 240.
Yeah, but not like a woman. Like a
Wait
woman,
a
a guy
minute.
240 is one thing. A woman's 240 is
said-
like
I
goddamn.
think-
Okay,
I-
she's
I
being
think-
modest here. She said 240 to be like between 240 and 300 pounds. So she's
Okay,
being a
so
little
340.
modest,
Got
Yeah,
it.
340,
probably
yeah.
excessive 300. If you want me
They're
to be
talking
honest.
about a $30. Listen, they're talking about a $30 surcharge. She can go fuck herself. I paid for a whole fucking second seat. This lady's out of her fucking mind. Pay the $30 and shut your mouth.
You don't see John Jamingo bitching, so why are you?
No,
Because she's
again,
an entitled
it's-
cunt.
'Cause she's a
No,
woman.
because
Exactly.
she's an entitled woman.
There you go.
No,
Yeah.
Yes.
she weighs. Okay, there is no privacy. He didn't know what the policy was, so he actually brought in the supervisor who didn't know. Okay, so here's what happened. I got to go fly. So I walk up to the counter and I go to give them my thing. And they look at me, and off to the side is a fucking plane seat. And they're like, "Sir, can you go over there and sit in that plane seat?" I said, "Absolutely
Oh yeah, just
not."
like Disneyland.
Right. And she said, "You want to go?" I said, "Absolutely not. Just sell me 2 tickets. Sell me 2 seats, 2 side-by-side seats. I'm not going over there. You're not putting me through that. I know I'm not going to fit in it, so just sell me 2 seats."
Or you know what, John? Here's another idea. How about just lose the weight?
He
Yeah,
can't-
why did I think of
he's
that?
old.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He's old.
What do you mean? What's wrong with me? You can work out.
You think
No.
first of all,
Okay.
there's a couple things that go on in this with the medical industry as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
They do not do, like, in other words, if they treated obese, because all you assholes say, "Oh, all you have to do is eat less
Yeah.
and move more."
I
That's
mean,
bullshit.
that kind of
That's not
is
bullshit.
true, John.
No, it's not. It's not. It's bullshit because there's a certain part, and there's some people that can't move.
Yeah, I don't care about
All right,
those
there's
people.
certain people that had it. What's that?
I don't care about those people. Who cares
No,
about them? I'm
okay.
talking about the people who can move and
John.
move and eat less.
Well, but eating less and moving more is, fact. I mean, look at Ethiopians. Like, they have no food and they move around looking for food.
Fucking
So
God.
obviously, it does work.
Are you serious?
All right, so I'm gonna,
But I don't have a problem like with John. Like, he's paying, like, he knows he's big. He's paying the extra ticket. Like, like, it is what it is. But to be like an entitled cunt and say, "Oh, well, I don't have to pay that. Why can't I pay one ticket?"
I still have.
so I was
Go ahead.
I was listening to a show today, and they were sitting there and they were going off on fat people. They said, you go to Disneyland, and if you went 30 years ago, you'd see 1 or 2 scooters. They said, now the place is littered with these fucking scooters.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
pull up to a restaurant, you can't even get in front of them. There's like 30, 40, 50 scooters out in front of these things because all these fat people are trying to get around. And they said, what they should start to do is shame fat people. And I said, start?
Yes.
When did it fucking stop? I will not go. Listen to me. Hold on. I will
Okay.
not go into a store. I will not go into a restaurant. I will not go anywhere outside where I got to go into public because I don't need some fucking jerk off like you, Devin, or Cheese taking a fucking video of me
Nah, I
and
don't
putting it
videotape you.
online.
That's-
I
that's-
don't need that
videotape.
shit.
Yeah,
But
that's
I'm just
fucked up.
saying, or picture, whatever. But what I'm saying is, I don't need that. So what you're doing is, there's a lot of fat people who are still going to go out and do their thing, but a lot of fat people are going to stay the fuck home and not go anywhere. And now what they're doing now, these scumbags, is now when they actually go to the gym, they are now videotaping obese people in the gyms working out.
Actually trying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't see that. I don't see that as
cool.
That is absolutely true.
No, I said that's
not cool. It's not cool.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not
Before
cool
you would
at
go
all.
to the gym and they would like, hey, can I spot you? They would talk to you. How you doing? They encouraged you. Now, these entitled twats will sit there and mock you because it's fun. Because this is the last thing. We can't make fun of anybody else. Can't make fun of black people, border crossers.
Who said we can? We can't.
All that. You can't
Nobody
do that
said
anymore.
we can't make fun of those people.
Actually,
No,
John,
you can't. I do
No,
every day.
no,
Fat.
you know what? I'm glad that Lizzo has fallen now because before, when she was on the rise in her weight and in the fame, you couldn't make fun of fat women. And you know what? Now that she's being outed, I think fat shaming is coming back. Thank God.
That's
baby.
cool
Oh,
thing.
thank God fat shaming's coming back.
Okay,
Well,
look,
I
John-
can't wait till we start. Listen, if we want to sit there and stereotype and talk about stereotype, I say it's open season. Let's open it all up
Yes.
again. Let's go after the blacks for all the crime. Let's go
Yes.
after,
I've been the single man doing it the whole time, John.
okay.
I need
Let's
some
go after,
reinforcement.
let's call a spade and go after everybody.
Yeah,
And I
call
don't mean,
black
I'm
a
not
black.
using
Well, I
that as a
mean, we
racial
go after
term.
anybody. We just can't go after one particular group. But
Yeah.
you know,
Are you
that's it.
talking about the big nose ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk. Let's go after the white liberal women that are just running around trying to what's it
Protect
called?
everyone?
Yeah, protect everybody
Yeah.
when nobody gives a fuck what they say and they don't give a shit. Let me just tell you something about Lizzo.
Yeah.
When those
Oh, go ahead,
girls,
please.
those women are out there saying, "Oh, slay queen," they just look and they go, "If I look like that, I'd kill myself." They are saying it, but they don't mean it. Unlike you assholes that mean it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
She
course.
should
I mean
kill
it.
herself. Exactly.
Yeah, I want her to
agree.
get slayed like a fucking boar. You're right.
No,
See, John, look,
this
the thing
fat
is,
stuff. Hold on for a
for
second,
it.
Cheese.
yeah, go.
This fat stuff, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I have a little bit of a gut on me.
Oh, shut up. You do not have a little. All right. You don't even try to put yourself in the same.
Whoa! Are you
fucking-
shaming? Are you shaming Devin for being
John,
skinny?
are you
What the fuck,
gatekeeping?
man?
He
fatness?
is not fat. You got to be kidding me. How dare you try to get on the fat train?
I'm
You
not
are
trying to
not
get on the
fucking
fat train.
Yeah.
I'm just
you know what?
saying.
I'm fat, but you're not fat.
Okay, look.
Go ahead. What were you trying to say
Yeah.
before I rudely interrupted you?
I just really want people that actually give a fuck about what their bodies look like to actually do something. And
yeah. Okay. So you think, you know what, Devin? You know what I
What?
would like? I would like it if people would take and not drink alcohol and pass out every night.
I
Okay?
don't do
would
that
like it if
anymore,
somebody
John.
would take.
are you
anymore.
going to keep screaming
I
at
would like
me?
it that, no, I'm screaming because I'm screaming. Not screaming at you. I would like it that alcoholics would just stop drinking alcohol. Just stop. Oh, and you know what? All you drug addicts, I think you should just stop taking drugs. Just stop doing it.
Okay.
That's all.
But you know what? John has a point. Think of this. How many fat people have killed somebody in a car accident?
Right. How many fat people have robbed a house to get money for Taco Bell? None. They can't get through the window. But what I'm saying is they're not going to go steal
drunk.
a TV set and try to sell it for $10 to get a crack rock.
Okay, look.
Fat
True.
people are the most docile people. They're just out
No.
there. They're just living their life. And you pieces of shit have to sit there because you know what? Because you know that your life's just a piece of shit and you can actually feel better about yourself by making fun of them.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't
My
make fun
life's
of them
not
if they
that
didn't take
bad.
that much space, though.
See, John,
Right.
the reason why they're docile, yeah, because they're objects you have to fucking move around. They're in the way constantly.
Who, fat people?
Yes.
What do you mean you have to move around them? You mean
They're
you have
objects.
to take a couple extra steps? You got to take a couple extra steps to move around them in line? Is that what you're worried
John,
about?
the thing that pisses me off about fat people, right, is that they can lose the weight. There's nothing stopping them from losing the weight. So, like we said, eat less, move more. Like,
Also,
pick up
fat
some
people
fucking-
stink.
Oh, that too. I forgot about that. And they have all those nasty folds, and they're nasty.
Like I wouldn't mind. Like okay, it's bad enough. All right, you're taking up all the seats everywhere. Okay, but now I have to smell you also. It's like fuck.
No,
you
that
can't
pisses
win.
me. That pisses me off too, because like that
Let
a
me
hot
tell you
lady,
something.
a hot lady could have
First
took
of
that
all,
seat.
I've seen some of you brown people. You can't even get near it, and you're plenty skinny. You stink like shit. All right, you smell like I don't know, tomatoes
Specifically
and
Guatemalans.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying that if you think fat stinks, I'm not saying that fat doesn't stink, but I know a lot of skinny people that are out there and they smell worse than fat people. Fat
But
people
John,
know.
think of this.
No, hold
though.
on. Let me finish.
Okay.
Fat people know that if they could stink, they lather up, they take deodorant, they rub it all over their fucking body, and they put perfume on so they don't stink. It's very hard to find a stinky fat person. But you go out somewhere
they all
and
stink.
you
No.
will find some really, really rank ass skinny people. So don't tell me about the smell.
But think
Okay.
of this. What about
Most
a
of those
brown-
people
What about
are
a
homeless.
stinky brown person that's also fat?
Ooh.
Think of that. That's just like a dirty bomb right there, dude. That's just end game.
Okay, John, what would you rather be? Would you rather stay fat or get into like shape?
Not one. Listen, I'm telling you right now. If they had a thing tomorrow where you could take a pill and you would lose all the weight within a month or two, there wouldn't be one person that wouldn't take that pill. Not one. Nobody wants to be. You think that people want to go around here and feel like this and be ridiculed by everybody?
Lizzo,
Really?
she
Not
says yes.
one
Yeah.
person would do
Ridiculed,
it.
they're celebrated.
Yeah, exactly.
No, people.
They're not celebrated. That's a joke.
No, but
They're not
people would
that's
like
not
being
celebrated.
fat because a lot of people like being victims because we live in a victim culture now where everyone has to
That's true.
Exactly.
be a victim of something. So
Right. And fat
being-
people are trying to be victims too.
Yeah,
I was a
Look,
victim of racism. That's why I lost my
everybody
job.
celebrates.
Shut up.
Everybody celebrates gay and transgender people,
Ugh.
and it's 90% of them. It's all bullshit. They're like, oh yeah, oh slay queen, oh yeah, a man is a woman and a woman is a man, or trans women are women. No, they're not.
They are.
They're not.
I
Says
hope
women.
that
Please.
suicide rate is accurate
Why?
Why?
because they deserve to die.
You know,
No, look at
Who deserves to
we're
die?
stopping progress by stopping trans women. Look,
Oh,
We've been-
shut up.
Devin, have you ever thought about it? Maybe they're just angels wanting to go back to heaven.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
that's
see?
why.
Exactly, because they're good people.
No, they're not.
They're good women.
They're not.
yeah, they're
Look.
better than a woman. Like the trans woman is like.
Oh
the
my
peak.
God.
I just wish my biases would
Both
allow
of
me
you
to.
shut the fuck up.
I wish my biases would allow me to stick it in their
Mike,
dirty hole.
Just
Yeah.
stop it.
Why?
Dirty hole.
When in the 60s it was hippies, in the 70s and the 80s it was
Metalheads.
burnouts and metalheads and all.
Punks, yeah.
And then it was
The 90s.
what was it? The
Little grunge emo kids.
grunge email, and then the ones that dressed in black and put like all that makeup and shit on. What were they called? Goth.
Yeah.
Then it was the goth. This trans shit is the new goth. That's what it is. In 10 or 15 years, they'll move on to something else, and this will go away. That's
Either-
all this.
Yeah,
is.
don't
they'll
think this
move
is-
on or kill themselves.
This is just people trying to be. When you were in high school, you were either a band or a jock or whatever cheese was.
School shooter.
TV. Right? So you had all that, and now you have trans and non-binary. It's just another group.
Exactly.
They'll move on from this because what they're finding out now was, yeah, great. Oh yeah, I think I'm a man. Put me on testosterone. Cut off my tits. Okay, they did all that. Now all of a sudden they're like, you know what?
Yeah, I think I'm
not-
going to kill myself.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden I got no tits. I got a voice that's deeper than cheeses.
Okay.
All right. Well, what am I going to do now? So I'm stuck like this. And again, there's so much going on, and they don't care. They're
they're perfect.
doing this to children. Yeah, they're
I got
doing
a
this
question,
to children
John.
for some
Earlier
reason.
you were saying like, conspiracy theory saying that, we want to depopulate the earth. Do you think this is like one of the major pushes that we're trying to do as a
Absolutely.
country to depopulate?
Yes.
I'll tell you right now, what they're doing right now is they're taking the United States and they're making it weaker. All right. We don't have men that could go to and fight a war anymore.
But who the fuck
All
would
right?
want to fight America?
Who's going to fight a war?
Well, we have
You,
robots and drones
cheese.
now.
Exactly. We have technology.
Listen, it's always going to be about fighting wars and men going to wars. It's the same thing as when you have a high deer population. They just take and they lengthen the season and they kill a bunch of bucks because you only take one buck can impregnate a bunch of does. So that's what they do. This is how we haven't had a real major war since 1945. We've had little skirmishes, but we really haven't had a big major war. We haven't really you know how many people got killed? You know how many people were killed in World War I? Millions and millions of people. Back when the population wasn't even half of what it is now. So this is how they control the population. We haven't done that anymore.
I already have plans.
Also,
All
you know,
the
I have
reason-
something to add on to that. If you
Hold on. All this recent stuff, you know, the Iraq and, you know, the recent Ukraine war, it's all proxy.
Or war.
It's
Yes.
all money.
Well, that's what.
Wow,
Again,
who would thought?
nobody's watching this money. They're just sending it over.
Yep.
And the weapons are going. The war is going to be in Africa. It's not going to be in Ukraine. They have this all handled. They all know what they want to do. And I would say if they just came, you know, again, we're
Who's
not
they?
dumb people.
Yeah.
Just, I mean,
You can't
you
put
know,
a they.
intellects. What I'm saying is, if science came and said, you know what, the world's way too populated. You know, within 10 years, we got to cut the population in half, and we can do it humanely by doing this. People would be on board with it. Just like they're on board with this fucking hoax of climate
Well,
change.
why don't we just kill all the old people? You are taking up more food than ever. You're fat. You're eating like 3
When
times.
Listen,
Stop it.
family
I got
could eat.
another. Listen, you asshole. I worked my balls off for 45 years. Can I have the last 10 or 15 just to live out and have a little bit of time?
No, because
All right, all of a sudden you guys
went to a little Ethiopian.
I
Who
went
cares?
and worked and paid for all the old people when this is your job. You just pay for us. We'll die. There won't be as many of us. And then when you get older, you're going
We
to
are
say,
not
hey,
getting
young
Social
bucks,
Security. Our generation is fucking not.
Oh my God! They said the same thing about us. Well, you're not going to get Social Security. It's all gonna
You
run out
guys
of
were
money.
fucking what, 50 years ago?
When I was your age, they said Social Security won't last until when you're 45. Social Security would work. Social Security would go away. It hasn't went away. It's still not going away. They will figure out a way for this to go on. And right now, there's a big problem. I'm not going to lie. There's a big problem because the baby boomers is the biggest part of the population. And that's why they all got, can't say that. That's why they all had something just the past couple of years, because now they're dropping like flies. So this is just a way to get rid of them.
Good.
So guess what, Mike? You're going to get your wish. That's fine. I just can't. Boy, I wish I was here for when you get to be older. Boy, will your fucking tone change.
I'm not going to live that long. Let's get real.
I said the same.
I think I'm died at a solid 50.
I'll be 90.
Listen,
Yeah,
I
me
said the
too.
same.
If I'm lucky.
I said the same thing, and I wore my body out by the time I was 55.
Yeah, you might be like John. Big.
All right, I wore every fucking joint I had out, and I thought I'd be dead in my 40s. I certainly tried to kill myself plenty of times, not on purpose, but I mean, I did a lot of
just
stupid shit.
intrinsically.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but I want to go on on another thing about because I have a conspiracy theory.
What's that?
A serious one. So, you know how we're always pushing like mental health? Yeah, you know, go to therapy, mental health, and like trans. Yeah, mental health. I think this is a way to get us to give up our rights to guns because you know once you like are mentally ill or whatever, you know you can't buy a gun. So
Quote unquote mentally ill.
and like you know you see therapists and shit. So that's why I think that we're in this new thing where everyone's making up like mental disorders and like everything, and you know I think it's all just a ploy to get us to you know give up our rights to guns.
Oh,
This
I
is why
agree.
This is why alcohol was invented. Back in the day, you came home, you had a couple beers, you know, took the edge off, and then you got up and you did it. You did the same thing the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Now all of a sudden they have these new pills that they give everybody. Every kid's on Ritalin. Every other kid's on.
Xanax.
Yeah, this will make
Xanax
you
and all
feel
this other
better.
shit. Yeah, all this. You know what? Not everybody can be happy all the time. If you're happy all the time, then that becomes the normal. So then you got to be happier. All right. There's got to be ups and downs, ebbs and flows. You got to have shitty days and you got to have good days. All right. This is how you know the difference. If every day was amazing, in 2 or 3 years, then amazing would be average.
You would get tired of it.
You would get tired of it. That's why rich people, they end up doing things that are dangerous because they're so tired of having a great, wonderful life. They're always trying to take it to the next level.
And that they fuck kids. That's the next level.
Something very
wow.
taboo. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're always
didn't
like,
know.
we could buy any woman we want. What if they were
could buy a
smaller?
I don't know. Maybe I don't have enough money to figure out or even hang with the people that have that kind of money. But that's everybody's like, oh, I want to have this. I want to always be happy. You're never always going to be happy because if you become everybody's happy all the time, that becomes the new normal, and you're not happy anymore.
But
You're
I want to
looking for the
become
next
content, though. That's what I want.
Being content is a
Just having a
very
purpose.
meticulous
You need to have a
thing.
purpose. You need to have a purpose.
Yeah.
Having a purpose is being content. Before, being content and having a purpose was getting married, raising a family, and providing for your kids. That's what men did.
Yeah.
You guys don't want to do that shit anymore.
Nah,
You want to
kids
play
are
video
fine.
games.
Not
Yeah,
me.
You want to
Okay.
fuck bitches.
Don't
You wanna
log
fuck
me in
bitches,
with these guys.
Play your video games.
Yeah.
And throw. You want to use a woman like a curtain.
Yes.
You want to fuck her and then wipe your dick.
Like
on her and leave.
I just
Or
want to
spend-
drink my scotch, get my cigar, and like put it out on a woman's ass.
I just want to
See?
shoot my love all over my curtain. I mean, yeah. Whatever
Yeah,
you
see.
see.
Right,
Why not
exactly.
have a kid?
Gay. And it's expensive.
How is that gay?
Yeah, gay,
They're
gay,
expensive.
and expensive.
They're annoying.
This is what I meant. This is the selfishness that's going to ruin the human race. You
Uh-uh.
guys are fucking selfish. Well, this is what's going to happen.
Look, do you really
I'm
want
not
another
gonna see
me
it.
around? I'm saving the race by not
Dude.
putting another me out there.
No, first
Maybe
of all,
when I'm
Mike,
older.
shut the fuck up.
Okay.
I have a daughter.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So how is that me putting myself out into the world as a
because
bad
you're raising
version
it.
of me?
Yeah, you're raising it and it's part of you. It's another you.
But I'm not
Okay.
saying you're making a bad version. I shouldn't be having a kid because I would make a retarded kid.
Because you can
You're an alcoholic.
you
that's why.
can
well,
take back.
what does your girlfriend think? Not you, Devin, but Mike. What does your girlfriend, the girl that you've just found out you're in love with, what does she think about you don't want to have a child anymore? Maybe she would like to have a child.
Oh yeah, she does. She gets baby fever.
All right, so
All
she's
women,
just,
no?
so again. So what are you going to do? Are you going to marry this woman, or are you just
Well,
going to
yeah.
use her up until
Marry.
So you're going to get married. So if you're going to get married, you're going to have a kid.
I mean, you don't need to have one to have the
Yes,
other.
you
know?
do.
No, you don't.
No, you
If you're
don't.
going to get married,
It's not-
let me tell you something. If you get married and she wants children and you don't, you're going to be call her your starter wife.
It's a
And
star.
then when she divorces
I like
you to
that
get a
name,
real
actually.
man, it'll impregnate her. Then you'll go out and find some. You'll be like cheese,
Getting mad
Mm,
puss. yo.
Maybe.
getting mad puss.
Shut
Is that
up,
what you, is that the name of your cat, Mad Puss?
stupid cunt.
No, his name's Rat Dog.
my cat is named Rat Dog.
Mad Puss.
Okay, but what's wrong with just, having, okay, let's say, I get a girlfriend.
Are you asking what's wrong with not having kids?
Okay,
yeah,
how about?
exactly.
Oh,
Go
but
ahead.
think about this
It's selfish.
realistically. There are a million kids out. If I wanted a kid, and there's a million kids out there who don't have families, I would just grab one of those, and I could pick out what race I want. I'd be like, yeah, I want the,
Oh, sure.
I want the little brown
Sure.
one.
No,
'Cause
you
they're not
want
damaged.
your genetics,
Why
Mike.
do you want Mike's genetics?
Well, dude, my family is a bunch of Mexicans. There's enough of my genetics spread around. They don't need my direct ones.
Cheese.
It's fine.
First of all, that was stupid. Second,
You said you wanted Mike's genetics.
no.
I, mean,
I said you want your own genetics in a
I think
child.
you've been programmed to think that.
You never really love an adopted child like you would love your own child.
No.
That's not true.
I don't care what anybody
Okay,
it is
Well,
true.
not
Devin.
true.
Well, Devin, you're raising a child that's not directly your own, and you love that as if it's your own child, right?
He says that now because he doesn't have his own child. Once he has his own child, he'll know the difference.
Yes.
Okay, then go make a baby right now.
So you would think if you had a child and
I've been trying. I
But-
just need my tee shots.
His sperm swims like I walk.
Devin. Just think about it like this. Okay, look, imagine you and your wife, right? No children. You can come in her, she'll make you food and, call you like cool names.
Yeah,
and
well,
stuff. Like,
cool.
What if I want a kid?
but you don't.
I
See,
do.
This is what
See,
happens
that's what
when your
I'm like.
No,
I
parents-
it's
don't.
fine if he wants a kid. That's fine. I don't want one, and you guys shouldn't be gay and be like, no, you need to have kids, guys.
I'm not trying to tell you that you need to have one, but soon that thing will take over your mind, Mike.
Yeah, I'll do what I do normally. I'll just drink and forget about it.
in 3 years, when Mike slips one past the goalie and she won't get an abortion and she has a child, his whole thing will change.
No,
Until
his
you-
entire
He's
life.
gonna go into
will
the
change.
Yeah, his life.
state.
Until when you
Well, yeah,
hold that
I'd
little-
go to prison for murder. You're right.
when you hold that baby in your arms and that's your kid and it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen and you would do anything to protect it and save it, then you'll know. Right now, you're too dumb to know.
I think I'll
You don't- you don't know
make sure
enough
she
to
gives
know
birth
enough.
in Georgia, so they pop his little head off.
See, yeah.
Hey Doc, do me a favor. When you get a hold of that head, give it a tug, please.
Yeah.
Just give it a twist.
Listen, I want that kid coming out looking like it's a fucking giraffe. Do me a favor.
Knowing my luck, that's how my kid will come out, like those African women with the long fucking necks. Yeah.
No, I
I mean, I know it's all funny to say all this, and listen, I hope. I'm telling you right now, my children are my greatest accomplishment. I'm just going to tell you
it
that right
always
now.
will be.
And you guys, if you don't procreate and have a child and raise a child, then your life would have been a waste.
But
I'm
you
just
know
gonna leave
what?
it there.
If I was having that crisis, like I would do what Cheese does. I would get mad puss and come in every vagina. So my seed will be everywhere.
Exactly.
There will be little mics
No,
everywhere.
wrong.
Yes. See, he gets it.
You're wrong.
No, like eventually I do want to have children, but I want to have them
What
at
are you
like
talking about?
40. 40. Yeah, that
No.
sounds like a good
No, you
idea.
no,
don't.
you don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You want to have your kids right around the age that you are now, because you're too old to
20?
chase them around, and once they become really fun to be with when they're in their 20s and everything, you're too old. You want your kids like right around now, 28 to 30. So when you're 50, they're 20.
But John, you're forgetting one thing. I'll never be old.
Cheese.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm always gonna
That's
be
why he goes to the
fucking rad.
gym. Yeah,
Exactly, and that's why
and
I'm
he'll
fucking
be
rad.
he'll be like the most active 40-year-old.
If I can tell you actually a real thing, Cheese,
Huh? What did you say?
I have been trying
Uh huh.
to impregnate my girlfriend.
Hmm.
Which hole did you go in?
Shut up, dumbass.
We continue.
But I have to get things done to fix it.
So
Like what?
what is your deal? Do you have swimmers that they just can't get down the pipeline? Is your pipeline too small? What is your deal? Do you have tadpoles and you can't get
I
them
think
out?
it's testosterone and narrow urethra.
Oh shit!
All right,
Let
so
him
they're
kill.
all backed up. They're like that kid trying to come out of the birth canal.
Ooh,
You know, they're
I know
wiggling
you can
in
do
them.
that.
And then
Oh,
they
it's
get stuck.
sound.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. Sound. Get a metal
Absolutely
draw, put
not.
it down your pee hole.
Well, I mean, that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
They're gonna roto-rooter you.
Yeah, pretend it's like a
And
pencil
I'm
sharpener.
very
Boom.
scared about it. But they said I'll be asleep. But I'm still
But how are they gonna get the sperm out? Like, and then you jerk you off? Is it like,
no. They're just trying to
Opening
get.
the pathways.
Yes.
Oh, they're stretching you out.
Oh, that's fucking awful, man.
Yes.
Like, you know what, man? I guess you if you want kids that bad, go ahead, man. I wouldn't do that shit for some kids. Like, I guess I'm
No,
never having
you're,
it.
you're
I
a soldier.
want kids.
How many?
My girl wants
have a-
at least
You don't have a brother, do you?
no.
That's a sin. You could get your brother to fuck your girlfriend.
Absolutely not.
It's close. It really be
Well,
close
at
to
least
you.
like get a turkey base with your brother.
something.
No,
yeah.
no. It has to be on contact, Mike.
Right.
Yeah, see.
Like, I want it. Why do you guys not get it? Why do you guys not want kids?
Because I'm 20. I don't want kids right now. I'll have
Yeah,
them
not
later.
now.
I'm 20.
Oh, this is Cheese.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh yeah, Cheese is he's still
He's
still
a
trying to figure out
baby.
where to put it in. Yeah, he's a baby. Okay, I get it.
Me, like I said, 45. That's when I want to have kids.
Ugh.
I like how
Go
you
ahead,
raise
you
the
do that.
age now to 45.
Maybe
That's
like
fine.
60.
Is it she's 45 chasing around a 2-year-old?
But I mean, the best thing about having kids at an old age is like you get to see them when they're cute, and then once they become teenagers, you're already dead.
Exactly.
Once again,
I don't get to see them make mistakes.
Okay.
That's a part of it.
Well,
No,
you know what? Kids have to learn from their own mistakes. you know?
Devin's
Exactly.
all
That makes them stronger.
No.
Yes.
Devin's all wishy-washy right now because
Mhm.
he wants to have a kid and he can't seem to get any swimmers out, and he doesn't have
If
a brother.
John sends you a thing of his sperm,
No.
I tried.
It has to be mine.
I have to be, I have pretty potent sperm. I have 5 kids.
Yeah, see,
Obviously.
What if we inject John's sperm into your balls? Like, would that make you feel better? We can make a podcasting legend.
We'll dock, Devin, and then you can go and then do your business.
Be like entering a space station, and just the weed would.
Right.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Ground control the Major Dove.
Oh shit, that's a good.
Oh my god.
Oh,
All right, is this over yet?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's time to. I think it's
end it
time
on
to
a high
wrap
note.
up. All right, Devin, you want to take us out and
Thank you,
Shout out,
everyone,
John.
for listening to the Fine Whining podcast with our great guest host, John Jamingo.
Am I supposed to say something?
Oh,
You were
wanna
supposed
shout
to say
yourself
hi.
out? Well, not hi, but
Am I
bye.
allowed to
Or
plug-
punch
Am I
your,
allowed to plug my
punch your
shows?
stuff.
Am I allowed to plug
Well,
my shows to your 15
Yeah,
listeners?
go for
All
it.
right, good. All right, so I have the Boomer Bunker podcast, the Rubberneckers podcast, where we only have 11 left. We're going to quit the show at 100 podcasts, 100 episodes. And then I just have the Brand X podcast, which is once a month with my buddy Deuce. And I just started something that I'm going to experiment with called Slower. Wait a minute. Is it? Yeah. Slower, Older, Smarter podcast, where it's just going to be me.
You should put fatter in there somewhere.
That's rude.
and the links will be in the description. If any listeners are just dumb, it'll be in the description.
All right. And
But thanks for joining us.
It was a lot of fun, guys.
Oh, and
Thank
Devin
you.
will be on episode 100.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, and go fuck yourselves.
Bye. Bye.
All right, you know what? You can all go fuck yourself. This is the last fucking Rubbernecker, and I'm dead fucking serious.
What are you talking about?
Funny fucking boy, laugh it up. I've had enough of your fucking donut jokes and enough of your other fucking shit. One guy doesn't show up. That's a big fuck thing. We got a prayer, right? Donut, donut, donut. Fat, fat, fat. Meanwhile, you're over there sucking on a fucking cigarette and everything. I try to do nothing. You motherfucker don't do a fucking thing. You sit there on your ass, you make a couple things up, and then all of a sudden that's it. Nobody does nothing. We sit in here, we look like jerk-offs. Jerk-offs every fucking weekend, trying to make it a better show. And you know what? This isn't even fun anymore. This isn't even fun anymore. This isn't even fun anymore. And I'm fucking done with it. Rubberneckers is over. You can do whatever the fuck you want with the rest of you fucking guys. I don't care. But I've had enough of this fucking shit. Fuck is all. Do something fucking better if you can. You can. Donut, donut, fat, fat, fat. Donut, 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 fat, fat, fat. You can. Donut, donut, fat, fat, fat. Donut, 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 fat, fat, fat. You can. Donut, donut, fat, fat, fat. Donut, 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 fat, fat, fat. You can. Donut, donut, fat, fat, fat. Donut, 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 fat, 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 fat. Run the show. He's sitting there. Well, this is his first fucking topic. It's the worst fucking topic. And so you already are setting this up. What do you think? I'm a fucking moron? I know what the fuck you're doing. You think this is the first fucking time I've ever done something like this? You fucking assholes. Well, go fuck yourselves. Every fucking last one of you. Donut, donut, donut. Fat, fat, fat. Donut, 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 donut. Fat, fat, fat. Donut, donut, donut. Fucking last one of you. Donut, 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 donut. Fat, fat, fat. I've had it. I came in here, I was going to try to go through this thing, but if you're just going to sit here and try to make me the asshole out of this fucking show, go fuck yourselves. All of them. Donut, donut, fat, fat, fat. Donut, 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 fat, fat, fat. Go fuck yourselves. All of them. Donut, 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 fat, 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 fat. Now, I'm done. Go fuck yourself. I'm leaving the thing. I'm not putting this show up. Shut the thing off. Give the fucking Patreons their money back. No, I'm fucking done. I've had enough. I've had enough of every one of you motherfuckers. When this fucking shit stops being fun, I'm fucking done. So, I hope you're fucking happy. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Go make a fucking podcast where somebody will actually lift us to it. We lift us to it. We lift us to it. We lift us to it. This to it. The rest of you fucking 5 morons. One that never shows the fuck up. Enjoy yourself.
I just have one thing to say.
Go ahead.
It's fish. Fish, fish, fish. Healthy, healthy, healthy.
Why, motherfuckers?
Healthy, healthy, healthy. Fish, fish, fish. Healthy, healthy, healthy.
So you guys hear about the woman that got impregnated by a sex doll?